Hello, everyone. Welcome, welcome. I say thank you for those in YouTube, Facebook, and just been waiting for us to get this conversation started. Thank you so much for returning. My name is Dr. Nyepu Kemu Hall, founder of Nurses in Charge. And yeah, today we are having a conversation with an amazing nurse, but we have been having some technical difficulties from her end. She's in Cameroon, and we need to really talk about, make awareness of these issues that nurses are experiencing in other countries, especially when it comes to network, right? Network difficulties. So again, I want to welcome you all to the Nurses in Charge podcast, Share Your Nurse Story. And I cannot wait for you to hear this amazing nurse's story because it is best told by her. When you hear from her, her entire story, it would just be amazing. So we were brainstorming as to having her join just by audio because the video joining with audio visual it pulls more I would say more network power. So I'm just waiting for her to get that figure out and then she can join us today. But how are you all doing? For those who are joining me on Facebook and YouTube, not forgetting LinkedIn, feel free to chime in, use your comment section to um, to keep this conversation live and alive. So let me know where you're joining from. I am based in Florida, USA, and it is cold out here today. Florida is usually in the, I said, 70s around this time, 60s. The cold, if it's cool, it'll be in the 60s. Even with that, we're wearing jackets. But listen, guys, this morning we started off this day in the 20s. In some regions, it is actually in the single digits, like 10, 9, 8. But in my community, it is, I believe it's now in the 40s, but we've gone up to at least 20 degrees higher. But it is cold for me, so I'm indoors and wearing my sweater and have my hair all wrapped up. You guys know me; I love wrapping my hair, anyways. But what is the weather like in your region? Are you joining from Africa, Europe, um, Asia? Knowing that Nurses in Charge, we are a global community. So I want to welcome you all. I say, please share with me what is going on in your nation. How how Okay, let me restate that. What is the state of nursing and midwifery in your region? I see that heart. Someone just sent me a heart. Thank you. Love you too. Please do tell me where you're joining from and your name and where you're coming from. Are you a member of Nurses in Charge, or are you just stumble across this platform, this streaming today, and decided to stop by and say hello? I would love to know that as well. Thank you, everyone. Let me share a little bit about Nurses in Charge with you while we are waiting for our friend to join us. She is working on her end. She does not want to miss this conversation. I'll tell you a little bit about her before she gets here. But until then, Nurses in Charge, who are we? Let me have that screaming for you as well. So, Nurses in Charge, we are a 501c3. It is a tax code. We are registered in the United States of America as a faith-based nonprofit organization. We started this journey back in 2021, and it was family oriented, deeply rooted within my family. And we went on to reach out to the nations. And you can read about this in Isaiah 55. It speaks about how nations will come to us, how we will be called to nations. So, yes, Nurses in Charge has definitely gone global, and it is a beautiful thing that we're doing here. So do like our social media handles and share it, subscribe. We want to grow this network, especially speaking on sharing your nurse story. We want to invite you to join us, share your nurse story, email it to us. And our email, if you look down beneath my name, you will see there the nurses in charge at gmail.com. You can also find us on our website, nursesinCharge.org, and learn more about us in our website, and email us, send your story. When you look through the description for this episode and any of our episodes per se, you will see that we do have our links there, guiding you to the enrollment form for sharing your nurse story. You can make your enrollment there so that you can be my co-host on one of these beautiful Sundays. Happy Sunday, blessed Sunday to you all. Hey, Michaela, thank you for joining me. um, I can't wait to have a conversation with you for real. I know we tried 2 years ago to have a conversation. Your network was acting up like a 3-year-old, and I cannot wait for you to let me know when would it be next week? Sunday, the week after. We have few Sundays coming up that are still open. I believe still in we have a Sunday or two. So email me, Michaela, so we can have a conversation here, you and I. So welcome again. Um, what part of Cameroon are you? Because Chinanu is trying to join me. She too is in Cameroon, and her network is not behaving right tonight. And I know it's late on your end. To be fair, it is 10 p.m. your time, and that too may be posing issues for her. So we will be adjusting the I see a response. We will be adjusting the podcast time. I believe we can back it up 2 more hours to the original time we had previously. So we will be backing up our podcast time to 2 p.m. to at least give some wiggle room to our members, and yeah, our members and guests who will be joining us from regions that have. Yes, it is 10 p.m. Thank you, Michaela. I see you responding there. Yeah, we at NIC, we become very flexible. We need to continue being flexible with our scheduling, especially when it comes to the different time zone. Uh, NIC being global, we see the challenges is not only in getting the a network that will bring you on, but also the time zone that's so diverse. So sometimes we're having meetings and events, and people are having it difficult. They're having difficulties joining us. It could be the time zones as well, because 10 p.m. in Cameroon, depending on where you're located, your network may not be active at that time of night. So who knows? So I'm praying um, for Chinanu to join me, because this conversation will be best held when she gets here. You'll love it. Okay. Alrighty, guys. So as we wait for Chinanu, let me tell you a little bit about her. Um, please continue to. I see others are coming through now. Perfect. Continue to tell me. Are you at work tonight, Michaela? Are you at work? I know I worked last night. Oh, I'm still sleepy. Are you a night shifter? Is that a word? Some people work at night, some people work at day in the daytime. I've done night shift now for hmm, how long? 15 years. And at first, it was just because I was in graduate school and it worked perfectly with my schedule. My kids would be in school while I sleep during the daytime. They're grown now, so still that I believe that's why I'm still into it. Plus, just my personal take on night shift. It's just you and your patients, right? Like there are many promotions that come and go anyways, but night shift families have gone home. I don't have any problem with families, but there are some families that interrupt your care. And you can definitely pay attention to your patient's care. So I've really loved my time on night shift. Let me pull up. Um, let's see. You commenting here. Hey D, welcome, welcome. D was one of our very first interviews when we started share your nurse story with NIC. Back in 2024, I did interview you. It was amazing. Your journey from Liberia. So D, is it warm in Liberia or is it getting cold? I know my the climate here in Florida kind of mirrors Liberia a little bit. Are you working tonight? Yes, Michaela, I've done night shift for 15 years. Out of my 26 years of nursing, you can say half and half. I've done day shift, I've done evening. We used to have a block of time, 7 to 11, no, from, yeah, 7 to 11. That was a shift back then. Then now 10-hour shifts came about. After that, then 12-hour shifts. In the past, I would say in the past 10 years, the 12-hour shift really came on board for a lot of hospitals. So we do, a lot of us work 12-hour shifts. And for me, 12 hours in the daytime, if I don't have an office job, hospital is just too chaotic for me. I don't know about you. Share your experience. So yeah, Michaela, I see you saying that you are in Yaoundé. Yeah, you're closed for work, starting cardiac surgeries tomorrow. Ooh, you need to be sleeping, my friend, to end on Saturday. Okay, hopefully next Sunday, the 15th. Absolutely. Let's plan it up. I've been on a series of thank you for commenting, Michaela. Thank you. I appreciate you. I've been on a series of on a series of topic on leadership, and today we had just pivoted. We pivoted to talk more to feature our amazing nurse here, Chinanu. Then we'll go back every now and then. We will go back to talking about leadership because as nurses, we need to groom ourselves. We need to cultivate healthy leadership designs so that our leadership will not be structured worldly. It will be structured by God design. So and I see we go by what the Lord says and how He wants us to have this organization function. Okay, so with that said, I will go right into. I'll go right into introducing our guest, our featured member. Even though Chinanu isn't here, she is still alive and well with us spiritually because she has the intention to be here tonight, but technology um, is not making it possible. We will, if we cannot speak with her tonight, we will reschedule. But I just want to tell you all a little bit about her. Okay, she is one of our trailblazers that we we honored during our um, Kickstarter event for 2026. So the video that was in our intro and is also in our outro, you will see Chinanu there. You see her image, her beautiful self. So in this episode of NIC Share Your Nurse Story, we needed to sit down with Chinanu Favour uh, Echefu. Girl, I am butchering your last name. A young nurse from Cameroon whose journey reflects the evolving phase of nursing. One is rooted in compassion, adaptability, and purpose beyond traditional boundaries. With over 4 years of bedside clinical experience, and a strong background in coordination, communication, and operations support. Chinanu shares how her impact as a nurse, losing my spot here. She shares her impact as a nurse has extended from far beyond direct patient care. Known for her calm presence and deep commitment to patient education and care coordination, she reveals how nurses often serve as the invisible threads holding healthcare systems together. If you agree with that, send a heart, send a thumbs up. Because indeed, nurses often we become invisible to our communities. We become invisible within the system, let alone the community. We become invisible that we are holding the system together. And that is one area of nursing empowerment that I bring forth to Nurses in Charge global members, that never, ever undermine the power of your nursing profession. Never undermine the power of your divine dignity. Never put that aside. Never let anyone um, misunderstand who you are, because you come with such force that the world, the world needs to understand that the strength in nursing, in nurses, right, and nursing as a community is strong enough to be a force to be reckoned with. So when Shinano stated that, we are the invisible threads holding healthcare system together, she couldn't have said it better than that, right? She truly hit the mark on that statement. As a wife and mother of two, Chinanu opens up about the delicate balance between caring for others and honoring family, faith, and sustainability. Her story highlights a bold and thoughtful transition into non-clinical and digital health roles, spaces where nurses continue to shape outcomes, improve access, and advocate for patients in innovative ways. On that note, of recent time, we sponsored a group of nurses in charge members from different regions of the world, and we gave our scholarships to them, a scholarship ride for them to attend the boot camp. The boot camp, there was a collaborative venture between Nurses in Charge and Nurse Tech Africa. And Nurse Tech Africa is being led by Josiah Jackson. We call him JJ, Nurse Coach JJ. And he and his partners, he and his team, has organized a program called Leave No Nurse Behind AI. And when Nurses in Charge came at this recognition, realizing at this realization that this boot camp was honoring nurses and midwives to not be left behind. Leave no woman behind. Leave no woman, nurse, midwives behind AI. So Chinanu was one of the recipient of Nurses in Charge scholarship for this boot camp. That was it was held in December. And to tell you that this nurse is enthusiastic about AI, as she stated here, that she is pivoting from the bedside into the innovative space of technology. She sure is she sure is a force, right, within this era to come along and develop her skills in AI into the emerging technologies. So she went through the program and did amazingly. And we now have in NIC a group. We created a subgroup in NIC to mentor the beginners, right? We believe in NIC that we bridge the gap between the novice and the experts. So in this sense, those of us, and I did attend the boot camp, by the way, love it, graduated it, and it has been very much enlightening. So we will be bridging the gap between those who are coming along within the second cohort of this program as we continue to collaborate with Nurse Tech Africa, so that we can definitely spearhead this era of AI. So kudos to you, Chinanu, and congratulations for completing the program. Indeed, I believe that whatever you had before, your ambition to go into the AI space, to go into technology, innovative practices, I believe this bootcamp was one area of strength for you. So we would love to hear more about your experience in that area. So this episode, yes, indeed, if we have to schedule it, it is powerful. It is not only limited to her bedside skills, but also we want to talk about the challenges that redefines her journey, that have redefined her journey in nursing, successes, right? How she embraced flexibility. Just remember she is a mother of two. She's married. She has nursing as well, and truly trying to rebrand herself in healthcare. So we recognize for many years of endeavor and also the journey ahead of her. That by the grace of God, she will have a successful journey, and that she will continue to grow, and that she will continue to impact her community and bring best outcome of care within her patients' encounters. So, so I encourage every one of you out there who are in the clinical space. You can use, I would say, you can leverage the emerging technologies, especially in the area of AI. You can leverage that within your clinical space, and also you can monetize it, and use it in your best ability to further yourself as an individual and also a professional person. So I encourage you all, those of you who are members of Nurses in Charge, I encourage you to join that subgroup, that chat room that we have open now. And we also have it within our website in our communities. Among our communities, different communities we have set up in our website. So I want you all to join us, have the conversation. We're there to groom each other. We're there to definitely help each other grow, because indeed no nurse, no midwife, no nurse, no midwife should be left behind. The AI space, the emerging technologies. Um, Believe it or not, in the years to come, having those skills in AI, whether it be AI or one of the emerging technologies, will be a strong suit for employment, promotions, and just to stand out as well and to leverage your professional capabilities. So I encourage you all, join this movement. And if you are with us in LinkedIn, you will definitely see a lot of posting, making JJ and his team visible, making, showing visibility to them, and also showing that camaraderie that Nurses in Charge has established with this team. Indeed, we do not want any nurses or midwives to be left behind, technology to be left behind, the AI movement. And therefore, we are with JJ in this movement, where the mark and the goal is that we would recruit 1 million nurses and midwives, well trained and launched for the era that we're in, the technology era that we're in currently, that will be spearheading this space for technology. Let me see who else stopped by, who else came to say hello to us. I see Yensha. Yeah, I see the Cameroonian team has come to support you, Chinanu. We're just waiting for you to join us. Looks like we will need to reschedule your interview, and I believe whatever God has for you will definitely see your face. So this interview will be done at a later time with Shinano, and definitely she will tell her story best. There's no one else that can tell her story better than she can. So absolutely. Thank you, Yensha, for joining us at this time of night in your region. I thank you for coming along. Okay, appreciate you. Already. Let me see here. So with that said, I truly want you all to remember the situations that are still evolving within the United States. And tonight, as we wrap up, I want us to give a moment of silence to one of our members. I want us to give a moment of silence to our fallen hero at the hands of ISIS, right? ISIS, I say ISIS, talk a bit. At the hands of ICE. ICE listen, evil is evil, and it should be spoken on about. It should be made known that we will not condone um oh, she is still not able to join. Sorry, I'm trying to read and follow up with Chinanu. She said she's still not able to join. It's okay, my dear. Um, we are about to close up. But before we close up, I was looking for our response to Nurses Shift Change. This is a group, a dynamic group on LinkedIn, Nurses Shift Change. They have a petition out for the wrongful death of, as I mentioned, one of our fallen hero, Alex. And we are in alliance with Nurses Shift Change, as we stand in solidarity with Nurses Shift Change for Pretty, Alex Pretty in Minnesota, an ICU nurse who was who died at the hands of ICE. ICE is for those of you who do not know, ICE is an agency employed by the United States government for immigration uh, immigration functions where they are into deportations. They are hired to I would say they are hired to attack immigrants in the United States because their job function that they're carrying out tells the general public what they were hired to do. Okay, so if they were not hired brutally attack immigrants, they wouldn't be doing this. So if they're not functioning by their job description, then I stand to be corrected by anyone out there who is listening to me. If ICE was not hired to brutally attack immigrants in the United States of America, to at the point of death of an ICU nurse who worked at the Veterans Administration in Minnesota, then let me be corrected by whomever. Because as far as we know, Alex is in the morgue. He has been brutally, fatally attacked, right? He was killed in Minnesota, right, senselessly. And I use the statements made here by Nurses Shift Change, and it says nurses, leaders, and allies call for immediate reforms to protect the public from the harm to health, education, and social well-being caused by current federal immigration enforcement practices, as seen recently in the senseless killing of Minnesota nurse Alex Pretty. So this petition went out last week, alongside with a petition by the American Nurses Association. So Nurses in Charge stands in solidarity with every entity out there that is fighting for proper immigration reform, right? We want immigration laws to be reformed. We want agency workers. We want law enforcement out there that are hired, that have been deployed to enforce immigration practices, to do it in a humane manner, not to cause the death of immigrants on American soil. and I repeat, not to cause the death of immigrants on American soil. Because this is not the only death that has happened on American soil. But this one hit home to nurses globally. Because when one of us is battered, when one of us is murdered at the hands of anyone on earth, the Bible speaks against this. You have just hit an entire community, global community, okay? And nurses being over 60%, accounting for over 60% of healthcare workers, you have just hit the largest population of healthcare professionals. So ICE law enforcement agents and professionals out there, I want to believe that you are professionals, but currently you are not behaving as one. You have been hired by the United States government, and you have caused the death of one of our members, one of our global members. So with this said, we're not happy with that. Nurses in charge is not happy with what just happened. We don't want this act to be repeated. We want this violence to stop. There's a better way to do your job, and you know it, and you should know it. And that better way is to not cause bloodshed on American soil, because it creates a ripple effect across the world that immigrants in America are dying at the hands of Americans. I don't think that settles well with other governments around the world. It does not settle well with nurses globally, let alone, Alex's family, Alex's the nation where he was birthed. Even if he was birthed in America, his genealogy is not based in America, because he was on the front line peacefully protesting for immigration rights, and he got killed senselessly. So let's take a moment of silence for Alex and his family tonight. Thank you all. May God bless your soul. May God rest your soul in perfect peace, Alex. May your family be consoled in this difficult time. May there come true justice in the death of Alex Pretty. May his death not go in vain. He is a human. He deserves justice. His life deserves justice. His death deserves justice. May this be justice that the United States stands firm on, to bring justice to the loss of a human being, a healthcare professional, and to give solace to his family, to bring back courage, to bring back our belief in the land of opportunities, the land of justice, the land of peace. Once again, let it be restored. Let justice speak. This is part of ethics, our ethical standards, whether it's in nursing or it's in health or it's in other parts of healthcare. But I know that ethics is something that governs American principles. So let the ethical principles speak out in the era of justice for Alex. Then let death not go in vain, unspoken of. Let him not be dishonored like this, because no nurse, no midwife, no healthcare professional should lose their lives at the hands of ISIS, of ICE. I keep saying ISIS. I don't know why, but this behavior, this brutality at the hands of ICE, just continued to remind me of other brutalities that America has spoken against, has gone against other nations, bringing peace in other nations. I would say working to bring peace in other nations, and now we're here in America, we don't have peace. We cannot protest peacefully without losing our lives. This is not right. It should be, let it be handled properly. Let justice speak. That's my message here for Alex and his family. Let justice speak. Let justice speak for Alex Pretty and his family. Let justice speak. And we serve a just God. And I know God Almighty is going to avenge Alex's death. If human beings don't avenge his death, God Almighty will. He said, vengeance is mine, I will repay. And he does repay. So may the peace of God that surpasses all understanding rest with all of us in this difficult time. In Jesus' precious name, that is my prayer for you all this Sunday as we remember one of our fallen soldiers at the hands of ICE. May the peace of God, the perfect peace of God Almighty, rest with you all this Sunday. We will see you again next Sunday, and have a blessed week. And do send your inquiry, your intention to share your nurse story with nurses in charge. Send that email to the nursesinCharge@gmail.com. Until then, we will adjourn here. We say thank you for your time. To Nurses in Charge, thank you, thank you, thank you. It's my pleasure to serve you all every Sunday and start the week off with positive thoughts and intentions. And I encourage you all to join the Nurses in Charge. This is our global movement to support nurses and midwives and be a force to reckon with. We are a force to reckon with because we make over 50%, over 60% to be precise, of healthcare professionals globally. So let us take our divine dignity, our divine authority as healers, and let the world know that when we speak, the world moves. Nurses move the world. If you don't believe that, there's something wrong, because day in, day out, nurses are, as Chinanu said, the invisible power, the invisible authorities that we don't often speak about, or we're no longer being honored. So we need to take our dominion as healers very strongly and let the world know that we are a force to be reckoned with. You all have a peaceful week. May God bless you all, and see you again next week.